I'm going to read the entirety of this book, I Love You Before Long I Die, a Walt Whitman mixtape, compiled by myself, Steve Roggenbuck. This is all my favorite Walt Whitman in one book. Sometimes it's cut up in ways that other Whitman books wouldn't cut it up. I sometimes took my favorite poem, my favorite section of a poem, my favorite stanza sometimes. So it's in a different order than you might find at other places, but this is all credits to Walt Whitman and is my favorite Walt Whitman stuff. I have perceived that to be with those I like is enough. To stop in company with the rest at evening is enough. To be surrounded by beautiful, curious, breathing, laughing flesh is enough. To pass among them, or touch any one, or rest my arm ever so slightly round his or her neck for a moment. What is this, then? I do not ask any more delight. I swim in it as in a sea. Be composed. Be at ease with me. I am Walt Whitman, liberal and lusty as nature. Not till the sun excludes you do I exclude you. Not till the waters refuse to glisten for you and the leaves to rustle for you do my words refuse to glisten and rustle for you. The atmosphere is not a perfume. It has no taste of the distillation. It is odorless. It is for my mouth forever. I am in love with it. I will go to the bank by the wood and become undisguised and naked. I am mad for it to be in contact with me. Have you reckoned 1,000 acres much? Have you reckoned the earth much? Have you practiced so long to learn to read? Have you felt so proud to get at the meaning of poems? Stop this day and night with me, and you shall possess the origin of all poems. You shall possess the good of the earth and sun. There are millions of suns left. You shall no longer take things at second or third hand, nor look through the eyes of the dead, nor feed on the specters in books. You shall not look through my eyes either, nor take things from me. You shall listen to all sides and filter them from yourself. I have heard what the talkers were talking, the talk of the beginning and the end. But I do not talk of the beginning or the end. There was never any more inception than there is now, nor any more youth or age than there is now, and will never be any more perfection than there is now, nor any more heaven or hell than there is now. I and this mystery here we stand. Clear and sweet is my soul, and clear and sweet is all that is not my soul. Showing the best and dividing it from the worst, age vexes age. Knowing the perfect fitness and equanimity of things, while they discuss, I am silent, and go bathe and admire myself. Welcome is every organ and attribute of me, and of any man hearty and clean. Not an inch nor a particle of an inch is vile, and none shall be less familiar than the rest. A child said, "What is the grass?" fetching it to me with full hands. How could I answer the child? I do not know what it is any more than he. And now it seems to me the beautiful uncut hair of graves. Tenderly will I use you, curling grass. It may be you transpire from the breasts of young men. It may be if I had known them, I would have loved them. It may be you are from old people, or from the offspring taken soon out of their mother's laps. And here you are the mother's laps. This grass is very dark to be from the white heads of old mothers. Has anyone supposed it lucky to be born? I hasten to inform him or her it is just as lucky to die, and I know it. I pass death with the dying and birth with the new-washed babe, and am not contained between my hat and boots, and peruse manifold objects, no two alike, and every one good, the earth good, and the stars good, and their adjuncts all good. I am not an earth, nor an adjunct of an earth. I am the mate and companion of people, all just as immortal and fathomless as myself. They do not know how immortal, but I know. Oxen that rattle the yoke and chain or halt in the leafy shade. What is that you express in your eyes? It seems to me more than all the print I have read in my life. My tread scares the wood drake and wood duck on my distant and day-long ramble. They rise together, they slowly circle around. I believe in those winged purposes, and acknowledge red, yellow, white playing within me, and consider green and violet and the tufted crown intentional, and do not call the tortoise unworthy because she is not something else. Do you guess I have some intricate purpose? Well, I have. For the 4th month showers have, and the mica on the side of a rock has. Do you take it I would astonish? Does the daylight astonish? Does the early red start twittering through the woods? Do I astonish more than they? This hour I tell things in confidence. I might not tell everybody, but I will tell you. I exist as I am. That is enough. If no other in the world be aware, I sit content. And if each and all be aware, I sit content. One world is aware, and by far the largest to me, and that is myself. And whether I come to my own today, or in 10,000 or 10 million years, I can cheerfully take it now, or with equal cheerfulness I can wait. I am he that walks with the tender and growing night. I call to the earth and sea half held by the night. Press close bare-bosomed night. Press close magnetic nourishing night. Night of south winds. Night of the large few stars. Still nodding night. Mad naked summer night. Smile, O voluptuous cool breath earth. Earth of the slumbering and liquid trees. Earth of departed sunset. Earth of the mountains misty topped. Earth of the vitreous pour of the full moon just tinged with blue. Earth of shine and dark modeling the tide of the river. Earth of the limpid gray of clouds brighter and clearer for my sake. Far swooping elbowed earth. Rich apple blossomed earth. Smile, for your lover comes. You see, I resign myself to you also. I guess what you mean. I behold from the beach your crooked and fighting fingers. I believe you refuse to go back without feeling of me. We must have a turn together. I undress, hurry me out of sight of the land. Cushion me soft, rock me in billowy drowse. Dash me with amorous wet. I can repay you. This minute that comes to me over the past decillions, there is no better than it and now. What behaved well in the past or behaves well today is not such a wonder. The wonder is always and always how there can be a mean man or an infidel. Walt Whitman, an American, one of the roughs, a cosmos, disorderly, fleshy, and sensual, eating, drinking, and breeding, no sentimentalist, no stander above men and women or apart from them, no more modest than immodest. Unscrew the locks from the doors. Unscrew the doors themselves from their jambs. Whoever degrades another degrades me, and whatever is done or said returns at last to me. Through me the afflatus surging and surging, through me the current and index. I speak the password primeval. I give the sign of democracy. By God, I will accept nothing which all cannot have their counterpart of on the same terms. I believe in the flesh and the appetites. Seeing, hearing, feeling are miracles, and each part and tag of me is a miracle. Divine am I inside and out, and I make holy whatever I touch or am touched from. The scent of these armpits aroma finer than prayer. This head more than churches, Bibles, and all the creeds. If I worship one thing more than another, it shall be the spread of my own body, or any part of it. Translucent mold of me, it shall be you. Shaded ledges and rests, it shall be you. Firm masculine coulter, it shall be you. Whatever goes to the tilth of me, it shall be you. My rich blood, your milky stream pale strippings of my life. Breast that presses against other breasts, it shall be you. My brain, it shall be your occult convolutions. Root of washed sweet flag, timorous pond snipe, nest of guarded duplicate eggs, it shall be you. Mixed tussled hay of head, beard, brawn, it shall be you. Trickling sap of maple, fiber of manly wheat, it shall be you. Sun so generous, it shall be you. Vapors lighting and shading my face, it shall be you. You sweaty brooks and dews, it shall be you. Winds whose soft tickling genitals rub against me, it shall be you. Broad muscular fields, branches of live oak, loving lounger in my winding paths, it shall be you. Hands I have taken, face I have kissed, mortal I have ever touched, it shall be you. I dote on myself. There is that lot of me and all so luscious. Each moment and whatever happens thrills me with joy. I cannot tell how my ankles bend, nor whence the cause of my faintest wish, nor the cause of the friendship I emit, nor the cause of the friendship I take again. That I walk up my stoop, I pause to consider if it really be. A morning glory at my window satisfies me more than the metaphysics of books. To behold the daybreak, the little light fades the immense and diaphanous shadows. The air tastes good to my palate. Dazzling and tremendous how quick the sunrise would kill me, if I could not now and always send sunrise out of me. We also ascend dazzling and tremendous as the sun. We found our own, oh my soul, in the calm and cool of the daybreak. My voice goes after what my eyes cannot reach. With the twirl of my tongue I encompass worlds and volumes of worlds. Speech is the twin of my vision. It is unequal to measure itself. It provokes me forever. It says sarcastically, "Walt, you contain enough. Why don't you let it out then?" Come now, I will not be tantalized. You conceive too much of articulation. Do you not know, O speech, how the buds beneath you are folded, waiting in gloom, protected by frost, the dirt receding before my prophetical screams? My final merit I refuse you. I refuse putting from me what I really am. Encompass worlds, but never try to encompass me. I crowd your sleekest and best by simply looking toward you. Writing and talk do not prove me. I carry the plenum of proof and everything else in my face. With the hush of my lips, I wholly confound the skeptic. To be in any form, what is that? Round and round we go, all of us, and ever come back thither. If nothing lay more developed than the quahog and its callous shell were enough. Mine is no callous shell. I have instant conductors all over me whether I pass or stop. They seize every object and lead it harmlessly through me. I merely stir, press, feel with my fingers, and am happy. To touch my person to someone else's is about as much as I can stand. I believe a leaf of grass is no less than the journey work of the stars. And the pismire is equally perfect, and a grain of sand, and the egg of the wren, and the tree toad is a chef d'oeuvre, I don't know how to pronounce that word, for the highest. And the running blackberry would adorn the parlors of heaven. And the narrowest hinge in my hand puts to scorn all machinery. And the cow crunching with depressed head surpasses any statue. And a mouse is miracle enough to stagger sextillions of infidels. I find I incorporate gneiss, coal, long-threaded moss, fruits, grains, esculent roots, and am stuccoed with quadrupeds and birds all over, and have distanced what is behind me for good reasons, but call anything back again when I desire it. I think I could turn and live with animals. They are so placid and self-contained. I stand and look at them long and long. They do not sweat and whine about their condition. They do not lie awake in the dark and weep for their sins. They do not make me sick discussing their duty to God. Not one is dissatisfied. Not one is demented with the mania of owning things. Not one kneels to another, nor to his kind that lived thousands of years ago. Not one is respectable or unhappy over the whole earth. Flaunt of the sunshine, I need not your bask. Lie over. You light surfaces only. I force surfaces and depths also. Earth, you seem to look for something at my hands. Say, old topknot, what do you want? Man or woman, I might tell how I like you, but cannot. And might tell what it is in me and what it is in you, but cannot. And might tell that pining I have, that pulse of my nights and days. Behold, I do not give lectures or little charity. When I give myself. You there, impotent, loosen the knees. Open your scarfed chops till I blow grit within you. Spread your palms and lift the flaps of your pockets. I am not to be denied. I compel. I have stores plenty and to spare, and anything I have, I bestow. I am the teacher of athletes. He that by me spreads a wider breast than my own proves the width of my own. He most honors my style who learns under it to destroy the teacher. I teach straying from me, yet who can stray from me? I follow whoever you are from the present hour. My words itch at your ears till you understand them. I do not say these things for $1 or to fill up the time while I wait for a boat. It is you talking just as much as myself. I act as the tongue of you, tied in your mouth. In mine it begins to be loosened. I swear I will never again mention love or death inside a house. And I swear I will never translate myself at all, only to him or her who privately stays with me in the open air. If you would understand me, go to the heights or water shore. The nearest gnat is an explanation, and a drop or motion of waves a key. The maul, the oar, the handsaw second my words. No shuttered room or school can commune with me, but roughs and little children better than they. And I say to mankind, be not curious about God, for I who am curious about each am not curious about God. No array of terms can say how much I am at peace about God and about death. I hear and behold God in every object, yet understand God not in the least. Nor do I understand who there can be more wonderful than myself. Why should I wish to see God better than this day? I see something of God each hour of the 24, and each moment then. In the faces of men and women I see God, and in my own face in the glass. I find letters from God dropped in the street, and every one is signed by God's name, and I leave them where they are, for I know that wheresoever I go, others will punctually come forever and ever. The spotted hawk swoops by and accuses me. He complains of my gab and my loitering. I too am not a bit tamed. I too am untranslatable. I sound my barbaric yawp over the rooftops of the world. I depart as air. I shake my white locks at the runaway sun. I effuse my flesh in eddies and drift it in lacy jags. I bequeath myself to the dirt to grow from the grass I love. If you want me again, look for me under your boot soles. You will hardly know who I am or what I mean, but I shall be good health to you nevertheless, and filter and fiber your blood. Failing to fetch me at first, keep encouraged. Missing me one place, search another. I stop somewhere waiting for you. Okay, so we're on to section 2, which is these full poems. You see with a title and the complete poem. The first section was segments from longer poems. Mostly that was from Song of Myself. Here's section 2. Beginning my studies. Beginning my studies, the first step pleased me so much. The mere fact consciousness, these forms, the power of motion, the least insect or animal, the senses, eyesight, love. The first step, I say, awed me and pleased me so much, I have hardly gone and hardly wish to go any farther, but stop and loiter all the time to sing it in ecstatic songs. Shut not your doors. Shut not your doors to me, proud libraries, for that which was lacking on all your well-filled shelves, yet needed most, I bring. Forth from the war emerging, a book I have made. The words of my book, nothing. The drift of it, everything. A book separate, not linked with the rest, nor felt by the intellect. But you, ye untold latencies, will thrill to every page. Poets to come. Poets to come. Orators, singers, musicians to come. Not today is to justify me and answer what I am for, but you, a new brood, native, athletic, continental, greater than before known, arouse, for you must justify me. I myself but write one or two indicative words for the future. I but advance a moment only to wheel and hurry back in the darkness. I am a man who, sauntering along without fully stopping, turns a casual look upon you and then averts his face, leaving it to you to prove and define it, expecting the main things from you. That shadow my likeness. That shadow my likeness that goes to and fro, seeking a livelihood, chattering, chaffering. How often I find myself standing and looking at it where it flits. How often I question and doubt whether that is really me. But among my lovers and caroling these songs, oh, I never doubt whether that is really me. Excelsior. Who has gone farthest? For I would go farther. And who has been just? For I would be the most just person of the earth. And who most cautious? For I would be more cautious. And who has been happiest? Oh, I think it is I. I think no one was ever happier than I. And who has lavished all? For I lavish constantly the best I have. And who proudest? For I think I have reason to be the proudest son alive. For I am the son of the brawny and tall-topped city. And who has been bold and true? For I would be boldest and truest being of the universe. And who benevolent? For I would show more benevolence than all the rest. And who has received the love of the most friends? For I know what it is to receive the passionate love of many friends. And who possesses a perfect and enamored body? For I do not believe anyone possesses a more perfect or enamored body than mine. And who thinks the amplest thoughts? For I would surround those thoughts. And who has made hymns fit for the earth? For I am mad with devouring ecstasy to make joyous hymns for the whole earth. I am he that aches with love. I am he that aches with amorous love. Does the earth gravitate? Does not all matter, aching, attract all matter? So the body of me to all I meet or know. I hear it was charged against me. I hear it was charged against me that I sought to destroy institutions. But really I am neither for nor against institutions. What indeed have I in common with them, or what with the destruction of them? Only I will establish in the Mannahatta and in every city of these states, inland and seaboard, in the fields and woods, and above every keel, little or large, that dents the water, without edifices or rules or trustees or any argument, the institution of the dear love of comrades. I dreamed in a dream. I dreamed in a dream I saw a city invincible to the attacks of the whole of the rest of the earth. I dreamed that was the new city of friends. Nothing was greater there than the quality of robust love. It led the rest. It was seen every hour in the actions of the men of that city, and in all their looks and words. To you, stranger, if you passing meet me and desire to speak to me, why should you not speak to me? And why should I not speak to you? Thought of equality, as if it harmed me, giving others the same chances and rights as myself, as if it were not indispensable to my own rights that others possess the same. O you whom I often and silently come. O you whom I often and silently come where you are, that I may be with you. As I walk by your side or sit near, or remain in the same room with you. Little you know the subtle electric fire that for your sake is playing within me. Fast anchored, eternal, O love. Fast anchored, eternal, O love, O woman I love, O bride, O wife, more resistless than I can tell, the thought of you. Then separate, as disembodied or another born. Ethereal, the last athletic reality, my consolation. I ascend, I float in the regions of your love, O man, O sharer of my roving life. Native moments. Native moments, when you come upon me, you are here now. Give me now libidinous joys only. Give me the drench of my passions. Give me life, coarse and rank. Today I go consort with nature's darlings. Tonight too. I am for those who believe in loose delights. I share the midnight orgies of young men. I dance with the dancers and drink with the drinkers. The echoes ring with our indecent calls. I pick out some low person for my dearest friend. He shall be lawless, rude, illiterate. He shall be one condemned by others for deeds done. I will play a part no longer. Why should I exile myself from my companions? O you shunned persons, I at least do not shun you. I come forthwith in your midst. I will be your poet. I will be more to you than to any of the rest. A clear midnight. This is thy hour, O soul, thy free flight into the wordless, away from books, away from art, the day erased, the lesson done, thee fully forth emerging, silent, gazing, pondering the themes thou lovest best, night, sleep, death, and the stars. O me, O life, O me, O life, of the questions of these recurring, of the endless trains of the faithless, of cities filled with the foolish, of myself, forever reproaching myself, for who more foolish than I, and who more faithless? Of eyes that vainly crave the light, of the object mean, of the struggle ever renewed, of the poor results of all, of the plodding and sordid crowds I see around me, of the empty and useless years of the rest, with the rest me intertwined. The question, O me, so sad, recurring, what good amid these, O me, O life? Answer, that you are here, that life exists, an identity, that the powerful play goes on, and you may contribute a verse. Okay, On to section 3 of the Walt Whitman book. Back to sections that are spliced together. Henceforth I ask not good fortune. I myself am good fortune. Henceforth I whimper no more, postpone no more, need nothing, done with indoor complaints, libraries, querulous criticisms. Strong and content I travel the open road. The earth, that is sufficient. I do not want the constellations any nearer. I know they are very well where they are. I know they suffice for those who belong to them. You air that serves me with breath to speak. You objects that call from diffusion my meanings and give them shape. You light that wraps me in all things in delicate equable showers. You paths worn in the irregular hollows by the roadsides. I believe you are latent with unseen existences. You are so dear to me. You flagged curbs of the cities. You flagged walks of the cities. You strong curbs at the edges. You ferries. You planks and posts of wharves. You timberline sides. You distant ships. You rows of houses. You window-pierced facades. You roofs. You porches and entrances. You copings and iron guards. You oceans that have been calm within me, how I feel you, fathomless, stirring, preparing unprecedented waves and storms. What cities the light or warmth penetrates, I penetrate those cities myself. All islands to which birds wing their way, I wing my way myself. From this hour, I ordain myself loosed of limits and imaginary lines, going where I list, my own master total and absolute, listening to others, considering well what they say, pausing, searching, receiving, contemplating, but with undeniable will, divesting myself of the holds that would hold me. I inhale great draughts of space. The east and the west are mine, and the north and the south are mine. I am larger, better than I thought. I did not know I held so much goodness. All seems beautiful to me. I can repeat over to men and women, you have done such good to me, I would do the same to you. I will recruit for myself and you as I go. I will scatter myself among men and women as I go. I will toss a new gladness and roughness among them. Whoever denies me, it shall not trouble me. Whoever accepts me, he or she shall be blessed and shall bless me. These yearnings, why are they? These thoughts in the darkness, why are they? Why are there men and women that, while they are nigh me, the sunlight expands my blood? Why, when they leave me, do my pennants of joy sink flat and lank? Why are there trees I never walk under, but large and melodious thoughts descend upon me? Allens, whoever you are, come travel with me. Traveling with me, you find what never tires. The earth never tires. The earth is rude, silent, incomprehensible at first. Nature is rude and incomprehensible at first. Be not discouraged. Keep on. There are divine things well enveloped. I swear to you there are divine things more beautiful than words can tell. Listen. I will be honest with you. I do not offer the old smooth prizes, but offer rough new prizes. These are the days that must happen to you. You shall not heap up what is called riches. You shall scatter with lavish hand all that you earn or achieve. You but arrive at the city to which you are destined. You hardly settle yourself to satisfaction before you are called by an irresistible call to depart. You shall be treated to the ironical smiles and mockings of those who remain behind you. What beckonings of love you receive, you shall only answer with passionate kisses of parting. You shall not allow the hold of those who spread their reached hands toward you. Whoever you are, come forth. Or man or woman, come forth. You must not stay sleeping and dallying there in the house, though you built it, or though it has been built for you. Out of the dark confinement, out from behind the screen. It is useless to protest. I know all and expose it. Allens, The road is before us. It is safe. I have tried it. My own feet have tried it well. Be not detained. Let the paper remain on the desk unwritten, and the book on the shelf unopened. Let the tools remain in the workshop. Let the money remain unearned. Let the school stand. Mind not the cry of the teacher. Let the preacher preach in his pulpit. Let the lawyer plead in the court and the judge expound the law. Camarado, I give you my hand. I give you my love more precious than money. I give you myself before preaching or law. Will you give me yourself? Will you come travel with me? Shall we stick by each other as long as we live? I am the sworn poet of every dauntless rebel the world over, and he going with me leaves peace and routine behind him, and stakes his life to be lost at any moment. Nature without check with original energy. I gotta plug in my goddamn computer. Did we think victory great? So it is. But now it seems to me, when it cannot be helped, that defeat is great, and that death and dismay are great. O secret of the earth and sky, of you, O waters of the sea, O winding creeks and rivers, of you, O woods and fields, of you, strong mountains of my land, of you, O prairies, of you, gray rocks, O morning red, O clouds, O rain and snows, O day and night, passage to you. O sun and moon and all you stars, Sirius and Jupiter, passage to you, passage, immediate passage, the blood burns in my veins. Away, O soul, hoist instantly the anchor, cut the hawsers, haul out, shake out every sail. Have we not stood here like trees in the ground long enough? Have we not groveled here long enough, eating and drinking like mere brutes? Have we not darkened and dazed ourselves with books long enough? Prepare my starry nights. There will shortly be no more priests. I say their work is done. Death is without emergencies here, but life is perpetual emergencies here. Are your body, days, manners superb? After death, you shall be superb. Justice, health, self-esteem, clear the way with irresistible power. How dare you place anything before a man? I am for those that have never been mastered. For men and women whose tempers have never been mastered. For those whom laws, theories, conventions can never master. I am for those who walk abreast with the whole earth. I raise a voice for far superber themes for poets and for art, to exalt the present and the real, to teach the average man the glory of his daily walk and trade, to sing in songs how exercise and chemical life are never to be baffled, to manual work for each and all, to plow, hoe, dig, to plant and tend the tree, the berry, vegetables, flowers, for every man to see to it that he really do something, for every woman too. In my opinion, no definition that has ever been made sufficiently encloses the name poetry, nor can any rule or convention ever so absolutely obtain, but some great exception may arise and disregard and overturn it. The words of the true poems give you more than poems. They give you to form for yourself poems, religions, politics, war, peace, behavior, histories, essays, daily life, and everything else. They balance ranks, colors, races, creeds, and the sexes. They do not seek beauty, they are sought. Forever touching them or close upon them follows beauty, longing, fain, lovesick. They prepare for death, yet are they not the finish, but rather the outset. They bring none to his or her terminus, or to be content and full. Whom they take into space to behold the birth of stars, to learn one of the meanings, to launch off with absolute faith,
to sweep through the ceaseless rings and never be quiet again. Let me have my own way. Let others promulge the laws. I will make no account of the laws. Let others praise eminent men and hold up peace. I hold up agitation and conflict. I praise no eminent man. I rebuke to his face the one that was thought most worthy. I wear my hat as I please, indoors or out. Let others finish specimens. I never finish specimens. I start them by exhaustless laws as nature does, fresh and modern continually. I give nothing as duties. What others give as duties, I give as living impulses. Shall I give the heart's action as a duty? Let others dispose of questions. I dispose of nothing. I arouse unanswerable questions. Who are they I see and touch? And what about them? What about these likes of myself that draw me so close by tender directions and indirections? I call to the world to distrust the accounts of my friends, but listen to my enemies, as I myself do. I charge you forever reject those who would expound me, for I cannot expound myself. I charge that there be no theory or school founded out of me. I charge you to leave all free, as I have left all free. After me, vista. Oh, I see life is not short, but immeasurably long. I henceforth tread the world, chaste, temperate, an early riser, a steady grower, every hour the seaman of centuries, and still of centuries. I must follow up these continual lessons of the air, water, earth. I perceive I have no time to lose. What is your money making now? What can it do now? What is your respectability now? What are your theology, tuition, society, traditions, statute books now? Enough to merely be, enough to breathe. Joy, joy, all over joy. Open mouth of my soul uttering gladness. Eyes of my soul seeing perfection. Natural life of me faithfully praising things, corroborating forever the triumph of things. Illustrious every one. Illustrious what we name space, spheres of unnumbered spirits. Illustrious the mystery of motion in all beings, even the tiniest insect. Illustrious the attribute of speech, the senses, the body. Illustrious the passing light. Illustrious the pale reflection on the new moon in the western sky. Illustrious whatever I see or hear or touch to the last, good in all, in the satisfaction and aplomb of animals, in the annual return of the seasons, in the hilarity of youth, in the strength and flush of manhood, in the grandeur and exquisiteness of old age, in the superb vistas of death. Wonderful to depart, wonderful to be here. The heart, to jet the all alike and innocent blood, to breathe the air, how delicious, to speak, to walk, to seize something by the hand, to prepare for sleep, for bed, to look on my rose-colored flesh, to be conscious of my body, so satisfied, so large, to be this incredible God I am, to have gone forth among other gods, these men and women I love. Wonderful how I celebrate you and myself. 1 hour to madness and joy. Oh, furious! Oh, confine me not! What is this that What is this that frees me so in storms? What do my shouts amid lightnings and raging winds mean? Oh, to drink the mystic deliria deeper than any other man. Oh, savage and tender achings. I bequeath them to you, my children. I tell them to you, for reasons, O bridegroom and bride. To have the gag removed from one's mouth. To have the feeling today, or any day, I am sufficient as I am. 1,000 warbling echoes have started to life within me, never to die. Oh, to make the most jubilant song. full of music, full of manhood, womanhood, infancy, full of common employments, full of grain and trees. Oh, for the voices of animals. Oh, for the swiftness and balance of fishes. Oh, for the dropping of raindrops in a song. Oh, for the sunshine and motion of waves in a song. Oh, the joy of my spirit. It is uncaged. It darts like lightning. It is not enough to have this globe or a certain time. I will have thousands of globes and all time. I lie abstracted and hear beautiful tales of things and the reasons of things. They are so beautiful, I nudge myself to listen. I cannot say to any person what I hear. I cannot say it to myself. It is very wonderful. It is no little matter, this round and delicious globe, moving so exactly in its orbit forever and ever, without one jolt or the untruth of a single second. I do not think it was made in 6 days, nor in 10,000 years, nor 10 decillions of years, nor planned and built one thing after another as an architect plans and builds a house. I do not think 70 years is the time of a man or woman, nor that 70 millions of years is the time of a man or woman, nor that years will ever stop the existence of me or anyone else. Is it wonderful that I should be immortal, as everyone is immortal? I know it is wonderful. But my eyesight is equally wonderful, and how I was conceived in my mother's womb is equally wonderful, and how I was not palpable once, but am now, and was born on the last day of May, 1819, entranced from a babe in the creeping, and passed from a babe in the creeping trance of 3 summers and 3 winters to articulate and walk, are all equally wonderful, and that I grew 6 feet high, and that I have become a man 36 years old in 1855, and that I am here anyhow, are all equally wonderful, and that my soul embraces you this hour, and we affect each other without ever seeing each other, and never perhaps to see each other, is every bit as wonderful, and that I can think such thoughts as these is just as wonderful, and that I can remind you, and you think them, and know them to be true, is just as wonderful. And that the moon spins round the earth and on with the earth is equally wonderful. And that they balance themselves with the sun and stars is equally wonderful. Come, I should like to hear you tell me what there is in yourself that is not just as wonderful. And I should like to hear the name of anything between Sunday morning and Saturday night that is not just as wonderful. We're on to section 4 with full poems and titles again. As I lay with my head in your lap, camerado. As I lay with my head in your lap, camerado, the confession I made I resume. What I said to you in the open air I resume. I know I am restless and make others so. I know my words are weapons full of danger, full of death. For I confront peace, security, and all the settled laws to unsettle them. I am more resolute because all have denied me than I could ever have been had all accepted me. I heed not and have never heeded either experience, cautions, majorities, nor ridicule. And the threat of what is called hell is little or nothing to me. And the lure of what is called heaven is little or nothing to me. Dear camerado, I confess I have urged you onward with me and still urge you without the least idea what is our destination, or whether we shall be victorious or utterly quelled and defeated. I sit and look out. I sit and look out upon all the sorrows of the world, and upon all oppression and shame. I hear secret convulsive sobs from young men at anguish with themselves, remorseful after deeds done. I see in low life the mother misused by her children, dying, neglected, gaunt, desperate. I see the wife misused by her husband. I see the treacherous seducer of young women. I mark the ranklings of jealousy and unrequited love attempted to be hid. I see these sights on the earth. I see the workings of battle, pestilence, tyranny. I see martyrs and prisoners. I observe a famine at sea. I observe the sailors casting lots who shall be killed to preserve the lives of the rest. I observe the slights and degradations cast by arrogant persons upon laborers, the poor, and upon Negroes, and the like. All these, all the meanness and agony without end, I sit looking out upon, see, hear, and am silent. Come up from the fields, Father. Come up from the fields, Father. Here's a letter from our Pete. And come to the front door, Mother. Here's a letter from thy dear son. Lo, 'tis autumn. Lo, where the trees, deeper green, yellower, and redder, cool and sweet in Ohio's villages with leaves fluttering in the moderate wind, where apples ripe in the orchards hang and grapes on the trellised vines. Smell you the smell of the grapes on the vines? Smell you the buckwheat where the bees were lately buzzing? Above all, lo, the sky, so calm, so transparent after the rain, and with wondrous clouds. Below, too, all calm, all vital and beautiful. All the farm prospers well. Down in the fields all prospers well. But now from the fields come, Father. Come at the daughter's call. And come to the entry, Mother. To the front door come right away. Fast as she can, she hurries, something ominous, her steps trembling. She does not tarry to smooth her hair nor adjust her cap. Open the envelope quickly. Oh, this is not our son's writing, yet his name is signed. Oh, a strange hand writes for our dear son. Oh, stricken mother's soul. All swims before her eyes, flashes with black. She catches the main words only. Sentences broken. Gunshot wound in the breast. Cavalry skirmish. Taken to hospital. At present low, but will soon be better. Ah, now the single figure to me, amid all teeming and wealthy Ohio with all its cities and farms, sickly white in the face and dull in the head, very faint by the jamb of a door leans. Grieve not so, dear mother. The just-grown daughter speaks through her sobs. The little sisters huddle around her speechless and dismayed. See, dearest mother, the letter says Pete will soon be better. Alas, poor boy, he will never be better. Nor maybe needs to be better, that brave and simple soul. While they stand at home at the door, he is dead already. The only son is dead. But the mother needs to be better. She with thin form presently dressed in black, by day her meals untouched, then at night fitfully sleeping, often waking, in the midnight waking, weeping, longing with one deep longing. Oh, that she might withdraw unnoticed, silent from life, escape and withdraw, to follow, to seek, to be with her dear dead son. Stronger lessons. Have you learned lessons only of those who admired you, and were tender with you, and stood aside for you? Have you not learned great lessons from those who reject you and brace themselves against you, or those who treat you with contempt or dispute the passage with you? As Adam early in the morning. As Adam early in the morning, walking forth from the bower refreshed with sleep, behold me where I pass. Hear my voice. Approach. Touch me. Touch the palm of your hand to my body as I pass. Be not afraid of my body. Are you the new person drawn toward me? Are you the new person drawn toward me? To begin with, take warning. I am surely far different from what you suppose. Do you suppose you will find in me your ideal? Do you think it's so easy to have me become your lover? Do you think the friendship of me would be unalloyed satisfaction? Do you think I am trusty and faithful? Do you see no further than this facade, this smooth and tolerant manner of me? Do you suppose yourself advancing on real ground toward a real heroic man? Have you no thought, O dreamer, that it may be all Maya, illusion. Miracles. Why, who makes much of a miracle? As to me, I know of nothing else but miracles. Whether I walk the streets of Manhattan, or dart my sight over the roofs of houses toward the sky, or wade with naked feet along the beach just in the edge of the water, or stand under trees in the woods, or talk by day with anyone I love, or sleep in the bed at night with anyone I love, or sit at table at dinner with the rest, or look at strangers opposite me riding in the car, or watch honeybees busy around the hive of a summer forenoon, or animals feeding in the fields, or birds, or the wonderfulness of insects in the air, or the wonderfulness of the sundown, or of stars shining so quiet and bright, or the exquisite, delicate, thin curve of the new moon in spring. These with the rest, one and all, are to me miracles, the whole referring, yet each distinct and in its place. To me, every hour of the light and dark is a miracle. Every cubic inch of space is a miracle. Every square yard of the surface of the earth is spread with the same. Every foot of the interior swarms with the same. To me, the sea is a continual miracle. The fishes that swim, the rocks, the motion of the waves, the ships with men in them. What stranger miracles are there? A leaf for hand in hand. A leaf for hand in hand, you natural persons old and young, you on the Mississippi and on all the branches and bayous of the Mississippi, you friendly boatmen and mechanics, you roughs, you twain, and all processions moving along the streets. I wish to infuse myself among you till I see it common for you to walk hand in hand. Sometimes with one I love. Sometimes with one I love, I fill myself with rage for fear I effuse unreturned love. But now I think there is no unreturned love. The pay is certain one way or another. I loved a certain person ardently, and my love was not returned. Yet out of that I have written these songs. As the time draws nigh. As the time draws nigh, glooming a cloud, a dread beyond of I know not what darkens me. I shall go forth. I shall traverse the states a while, but I cannot tell whither or how long. Perhaps soon some day or night, while I am singing, my voice will suddenly cease. O book, O chance, must all then amount to but this? Must we barely arrive at this beginning of us? And yet it is enough. O soul, we have positively appeared. That is enough. Recorders ages hence. Recorders ages hence, come. I will take you down underneath this impassive exterior. I will tell you what to say of me. Publish my name and hang up my picture as that of the tenderest lover. The friend, the lover's portrait, of whom his friend, his lover, was fondest. Who was not proud of his songs, but of the measureless ocean of love within him, and freely poured it forth. Who often walked lonesome walks, thinking of his dear friends, his lovers. Who, pensive away from one he loved, often lay sleepless and dissatisfied at night. Who knew too well the sick, sick dread, lest the one he loved might secretly be indifferent to him. Whose happiest days were far away through fields, in woods, on hills, he and another wandering hand in hand, they twain apart from other men. Who oft as he sauntered the streets, curved with his arm the shoulder of his friend, while the arm of his friend rested upon him also. When I heard at close of day. When I heard at the close of the day how my name had been received with plaudits in the Capitol, Still, it was not a happy night for me that followed. And else, when I caroused, or when my plans were accomplished, still I was not happy. But the day when I rose at dawn from the bed of perfect health, refreshed, singing, inhaling the ripe breath of autumn, when I saw the full moon in the west grow pale and disappear in the morning light, when I wandered alone over the beach and undressing bathed, laughing with the cool waters and saw the sunrise, and when I thought how my dear friend, my lover, was on his way coming, oh, then I was happy. Oh, then each breath tasted sweeter, and all that day my food nourished me more, and the beautiful day passed well, and the next came with equal joy, and with the next at evening came my friend. And that night, while all was still, I heard the waters roll slowly, continually up the shores. I heard the hissing rustle of the liquid and sands as directed to me, whispering to congratulate me. For the one I loved most lay sleeping by me under the same cover in the cool night. In the stillness, in the autumn moonbeams, his face was inclined toward me, and his arm lay lightly around my breast. And that night I was happy. Final section of the book, section 5. Back to the spliced up sections. From all the rest, I single out you, having a message for you. You are to die. Let others tell you what they please. I cannot prevaricate. I am exact and merciless, but I love you. There is no escape for you. This is what you shall do. Love the earth and sun and the animals. Despise riches. Give alms to everyone that asks. Stand up for the stupid and crazy. Devote your income and labor to others. Hate tyrants. Argue not concerning God. Have patience and indulgence toward the people. Take off your hat to nothing known or unknown or to any man or number of men. Go freely with powerful uneducated persons and with the young and with the mothers of families. Read these leaves in the open air every season of every year of your life. Re-examine all you have been told at school or church or in any book. Dismiss whatever insults your own soul, and your very flesh shall be a great poem, and have the richest fluency, not only in its words, but in the silent lines of its lips and face, and between the lashes of your eyes, and in every motion and joint of your body. Oh, the sweetness of the 5th month morning upon the water as I row just before sunrise toward the buoys. Are you done with reviews and criticisms of life, animating now to life itself? The sun and stars that float in the open air, the apple-shaped earth and we upon it, surely the drift of them is something grand. I do not know what it is except that it is grand, and that it is happiness, and that the enclosing purport of us here is not a speculation or bon mot or reconnaissance, and that it is not something which by luck may turn out well for us, and without luck must be a failure for us, and not something which may yet be retracted in a certain contingency. The light and shade, the curious sense of body and identity, the greed that with perfect complacence devours all things, the endless pride and outstretching of man, unspeakable joys and sorrows, the wonder everyone sees in everyone else he sees, and the wonders that fill each minute of time forever. Oh, my breast aches with tender love for all. Oh, I mourn and yet exult. I am rapt with love for all. The old face of the mother of many children. Whist, I am fully content. And life in the fields, and the huge and thoughtful night. What chemistry, that the winds are not really infectious, that this is no cheat, this transparent green wash of the sea which is so amorous after me, that it is safe to allow it to lick my naked body all over with its tongues, that it will not endanger me with the fevers that have deposited themselves in it, that all is clean forever and ever, that the cool drink from the well tastes so good, that blackberries are so flavorous and juicy, that the fruits of the apple orchard and the orange orchard, that melons, grapes, peaches, plums, will none of them poison me, that when I recline on the grass, I do not catch any disease, though probably every spear of grass rises out of what was once a catching disease. Now I am terrified at the earth. It is that calm and patient. It grows such sweet things out of such corruptions. It turns harmless and stainless on its axis with such endless successions of diseased corpses. It distills such exquisite winds out of such infused feeder. It renews with such unwitting looks its prodigal, annuous, sumptuous crops. It gives such divine materials to men, and accepts such leavings from them at last. Have you thought there could be but a single supreme? There can be any number of supremes. One does not countervail any other more. One does not countervail another any more than one eyesight countervails another, or one life countervails another. Whoever you are, how superb and how divine is your body, or any part of it. And I will show of male and female that either is but the equal of the other. And sexual organs and acts, do you concentrate in me, for I am determined to tell you with courageous, clear voice to prove you illustrious. And I will show that there is no imperfection in the present and can be none in the future. And I will show that whatever happens to anybody, it may be turned to beautiful results. And I will show that nothing can happen more beautiful than death. Night on the prairies. The supper is over. The fire on the ground burns low. The wearied emigrants sleep wrapped in their blankets. I walk by myself. I stand and look at the stars, which I think now I never realized before. Now I absorb immortality and peace. I admire death and test propositions. Through me shall the words be said to make death exhilarating. Give me your tone, therefore, O death, that I may accord with it. Give me yourself, for I see that you belong to me now above all else, and are folded inseparably together. You, love, and death are. Nor will I allow you to balk me any more with what I was calling life. For now it is conveyed to me that you are the purports essential, that you hide in these shifting forms of life for reasons, and that they are mainly for you. That you beyond them come forth to remain, the real reality. That behind the mask of materials you patiently wait, no matter how long. That you will one day perhaps take control of all. That you will perhaps dissipate this entire show of appearance. That maybe you are what it is all for, but it does not last so very long. But you will last very long. And henceforth I will go celebrate anything I see or am, and sing and laugh and deny nothing. Whoever you are, motion and reflection are especially for you. The divine ship sails the divine sea for you. Whoever you are he or she for whom the earth is solid and liquid. You are he or she for whom the sun and moon hang in the sky. For none more than you are the present and the past. Is it you then that thought yourself less? Is it you that thought the president greater than you? Or the rich better off than you? Or the educated wiser than you? Because you are greasy or pimpled or were once drunk or a thief, or that you are diseased or rheumatic or a prostitute, or from frivolity or impotence, or that you are no scholar and never saw your name in print, do you give in that you are any less immortal? The sum of all known reverence I add up in you, whoever you are. The president is there in the White House for you. It is not you who are here for him. The secretaries act in their bureaus for you, not you here for them. The Congress convenes every 12th month for you. Laws, courts, the forming of states, the charters of cities, the going and coming of commerce and malls are all for you. All architecture is what you do to it when you look upon it. Did you think it was in the white or gray stone, or the lines of the arches and cornices? All music is what awakens from you when you are reminded by the instruments. I am with you, you men and women of a generation, or ever so many generations hence. Just as you feel when you look on the river and sky, so I felt. Just as any of you is one of a living crowd, I was one of a crowd. Just as you are refreshed by the gladness of the river and the bright flow, I was refreshed. Just as you stand and lean on the rail, yet hurry with the swift current, I stood yet was hurried. Just as you look on the numberless masts of ships and the thick-stemmed pipes of steamboats, I looked. Flow on, river. Flow with the flood tide and ebb with the ebb tide. Frolic on, crested and scalloped-edged waves, gorgeous clouds of the sunset, drench with your splendor me, or the men and women generations after me. Behold the sea itself. Out of the rolling ocean the crowd came a drop gently to me, whispering, I love you, before long I die. Great are yourself and myself. We are just as good and bad as the oldest and youngest or any. What the best and worst did, we could do. What they felt, do we not feel it in ourselves? What they wished, do we not wish the same? Great is youth, and equally great is old age. Great are the day and night. Youth, large, lusty, loving, full of grace, force, fascination. Do you know that old age may come after you with equal grace, force, fascination? Day, full-blown and splendid, day of the immense sun, action, ambition, laughter. The night follows close with millions of suns, and sleep and restoring darkness. Great is the earth, and the way it became what it is. Do you imagine it has stopped at this, and the increase abandoned? Understand then that it goes as far onward from this as this is from the times when it lay in covering waters and gases. Great is goodness. I do not know what it is, any more than I know what health is, but I know it is great. Great is wickedness. I find I often admire it just as much as I admire goodness. Do you call that a paradox? It certainly is a paradox. The eternal equilibrium of things is great, and the eternal overflow of things is great. And there is another paradox. Great is life, and real and mystical, wherever and whoever. Great is death. Sure as life holds all parts together, death holds all parts together. Sure as the stars return again after they merge in the light, death is great as life. My songs cease, I abandon them. From behind the screen where I hid, I advance personally solely to you. Camarado, this is no book. Who touches this, touches a man. Is it night? Are we here together alone? Is it I you hold and who holds you? I spring from the pages into your arms. Dear friend, whoever you are, take this kiss. I give it especially to you. Do not forget me. I feel like one who has done work for the day to retire a while. I receive now again of my many translations, from my avatars ascending, while others doubtless await me. An unknown sphere more real than I dreamed, more direct, darts awakening rays about me. So long. Remember my words. I may again return. I love you. I depart from materials. I am as one disembodied, triumphant, dead. So this book was the first book put out by Boost House. Hope you liked this reading of it. I pretty much read the entire thing. There's the foreword that I wrote about how I got into Walt Whitman and what he means to me and why I made this book. And there's, of course, the pleasure of having it in the physical hand. You can buy this book still. Boosthouse.com with a hyphen between Boost and House is where you'd find it. Boost-house.com. And it's a small book. It's kind of pocket size. It's not this pocket size, but it's pretty pocket sized. And you can flip open to any page and find something that's like, wow, a boost, like a spiritual boost, like a pick me up and just like to recenter yourself if you flow with it, if you like it. I don't know. Thank you so much for listening. I'm Steve Roggenbuck. I hope you have a good day.